All right, so now we're going to head to some slightly more sophisticated queries, but we're going to apparently do this really easy one first. List all the employees and their jobs in Department 50, ordering by employee ID. Now I'm noticing I didn't actually apparently ask for jobs here, so I'm not going to cheat. We'll just give you basically this. I'm kind of on the one hand asking you guys to replicate the output. I may or may not fix this in a future thing, but for now, let's just get this done, and that's relatively easy. So what I'm going to do here is I'll start that one from scratch. I'm going to go create query wizard. Query is a simple one again. It's employees. What's the field that I seem to need? Department ID, probably employee ID, last name, and salary. So department ID, employee ID, last name, and salary. I go next, and I'm going to go finish. And now I've got basically, at least the structure looks the same. All right, so I'm looking for people in Department 50. So this employees query, which I realized I hadn't renamed. That's okay. Let's go here and make it 50. Let's go run it. And here's Department 50. There are 45 of them. That's what this guy's saying. There's 45 of them. It starts with Weiss. Here's Weiss, so it's looking good. Let's X out of that. And I'm going to save the changes, but what I am going to do here is rename this guy being Q03. And then what I would do is I take the query for Q03 and I dump it into the assignment. All right. I'm not going to do that for this one. All right. So the next question though is where it's really cool. Basically, what we want to know now is what are the distinct jobs in 50? So it looks like we need department ID and job ID. So if we go back up to our query here, Q3, we go copy paste. I use Control C and Control V for that. Q04, cool beans. So I got Q04. I'm going to open up Q04. I'm going to look at the actual view here, and I don't really need employee ID anymore. So I'm going to highlight, delete. Don't need that. Delete. Don't need salary. Delete. But I do need the job ID. So I'm going to do that. We're going to go run. So these are all of the what's the word I'm looking for? They're all the department IDs and they're all jobs, but they are not particularly unique. Now, there's a couple ways I could do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick peek right now in the design view. And what I'm looking for is up here for totals. So one way I would do this in Access is I would go group by both. And if I go running at that point, now I get the actual answer. Not super happy with the SQL because it's doing a group by the whole time. So, okay, maybe that's one way. Another way, though, which I think might be an easier way, is to take the SQL from Q3. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to take the SQL from Q3. We're going to go back to the design view. I'm going to turn the totals off. I'm going to go run again. So now we're back to having all the duplicates. But if I went to the SQL view and just simply added the word distinct, if I just do that, I'll also get that result. And that would be probably the preferred way to do that. So that is going to be my Q4. That's Q4. All right, so now let's go to Q5. How many employees are there in Department 50? Well, that's kind of cool. So let's go back out and look at the query. This is going to be another one of those where I'm going to basically get out of them. I'm going to go to Q4, sorry, and go copy paste. I don't know if that's super necessary because the query is going to be quite different, but that's fine. So here's Q5. Let's go ahead and look at the design view. So in this case, we really don't care about jobs. All right. But we do care about totals. And what I'm interested in here is what is the count of all these department IDs in Department 50. And I got nothing. Ain't that interesting? Let me go back to my design view and figure out why that happened. So I got my count, department 50. Okay, I'm going to go group by here, go over here and look at the employee ID and make that one a count. Great. So now at least I got, oh, that's interesting. 50 and, oh, it's department 50 and 45. Okay, that's getting close to the actual answer. I suppose if I wanted to rename it number of EMPs, that's something I could basically do down in the design view. But I more or less told you guys I don't really care about that. I do care a little bit about this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to say stop showing department ID, and that'll probably take care of that. So now at least I have a count of the employees at 45. I'm satisfied with that. That is basically now my number 5. All right, one more while I'm feeling adventurous, and that is number 6. Actually, no, I'm not going to do number 6 in this video. I'll do 6, 7, and 8 probably in the next video. Perfect. See you then.